Human. Human, my darling. Wake up, please, little one. You're shaking in your sleep, rocking and rolling something fierce. It's worrying me. What is wrong, my darling? A bad dream? Has some terrible demon seen fit to make you its target for tonight? If one has, I promise it shall not happen again. Even if I have to somehow traverse to the astral realm, I'll... What do you mean, I'm alive? Of course I'm alive, dear one. At least, I was the last time I checked. Let me guess. Did something terrible happen to me in your dream? Perhaps I met a tragic fate. Ah, that explains your turmoil then. Fret not, little one. I'm still alive, still here, and still very much in love with you. Though, hearing your description of what happened, it makes me wonder. You say I was injured on a supply run, yes? On an evening that looked very much like this one. I was actually just planning on going on such a run for you, my little one. But then your sleeping panic distracted me from that. Strange. There are many types of magic on this mountain, my darling. Perhaps some of them provided you with a glimpse into a world that could have been, or still is, simply opposite our own. It matters not. I'm certainly not going to leave you alone now, my beloved. And after what you told me, well, I must admit, I'll be a bit reluctant to head out on another supply run in the near future. Yes, one often takes their own mortality for granted, but to think about how easily it could slip away. The only time I can think of where I came so close to death was the night we first met. Yes, you pulled that damned black arrow from my chest, little human. Why, the way I treated you, I suspect that was the closest you came to death, too. Oh, calm down. I'm only joking. But I'm not joking about my reluctance to venture outside, darling. The truth is, I haven't mentioned it to you out of fear that you'd worry. But the villages I've been raiding, they've been getting awfully crafty when it comes to taking me down. Why, it's more than likely they may eventually decide to hire a dragon hunter of some kind. And I doubt I'd be able to survive such an encounter, my darling. Even with you and your noble spirit at my side. Yes, the injury from that black arrow still hurts, after all this time. It was a dragon-slaying arrow, and they are notoriously good at their job. I doubt I'd survive another encounter with one. And, like I've said, I'm not particularly eager to chance it. Which, of course, brings us to a dilemma, my little darling. I'm not eager to venture outside this cave because I don't want to die. But if I don't, you will. From starvation, most likely. Typically, in such a situation, I'd just hibernate for a few years. Give the villagers a chance to calm down before making my dramatic and terrifying return. Yes, I can imagine it now. The horror in the villagers' faces as they see me returning, swooping down from the skies, my shadow encompassing them as they run for their lives. 'Twould be a sight to behold, most certainly. But again, you wouldn't survive such a wait, would you, my champion? I suppose you could wait in the cave while I rested, venture out and get food for yourself. But you'd be lonely, my little one. And I can't let you go through that on my account. It isn't fair, you see. And you've such a noble spirit about you. You don't deserve to ever experience such a thing. So I believe I have no other choice than to let you go. Yes, I've had a lovely time with you, and I know for a while there I treated you like a pet. But being perfectly honest, you've become so much more than that, my darling. So much more. You're the reason I'm excited to greet the day, and I'm holding you back, I think. So be off with you. That's right, I'm commanding you to leave. Flee from this cave this instant, and never return. For I am a mighty dragon, and I do not need the company of tiny, insignificant mortals such as yourself. There. That seems to have done the job. Poor little one. The look of fear on their face. I never want to see such a thing again. But I think I did the right thing there. They're better off without me. All I'm doing is holding them back, keeping them here. There's an entire world out there to experience. Far, far more than this stuffy old cave. Poor little one. I hope they'll be okay. Perhaps I'll visit them. When I awaken. Fire. Burning. Gold. What the? Who dares enter my cave? What foolish mortal has a death wish so large they would dare wake a sleeping dragon? I shall bring the hells upon you. Mortal, I shall. Oh, little one, it's you. What are you doing here? I just told you to leave and never return. I was being very serious. You're right. I wasn't really. But still, what brings you here? And how long has it been? A year. That's impossible. I only closed my eyes for a moment. But, oh, what does it matter? Come here, my darling. Yes, of course I'm happy to see you. Now, come here. Give your dragon a hug. Even though it's only been a moment since we parted ways, my friend, I have missed you greatly. You look different, wiser, more experienced, shall I say. Getting up to adventures now that you're finally free from my grip. Well done. I want to hear all about them. Tell me, what have you been up to? Really? Then what happened? I see. And that was only the first day. You certainly have been busy. But it's wonderful to see you again. Even in this more experienced frame, I still see the same soul within you. The same hope. The same optimism. It pleases me greatly to see that it hasn't diminished. Though it saddens me to know that I'm not by your side on these journeys. I would very much like to have experienced them with you, I think. But it's not my place to question the laws of nature. I am a dragon. You are a human. Natural enemies. Even if some of our kind may get along, most of us hate each other. It simply cannot be. If only there were some way, though. Oh? Repeat that again for me, human. What did you say? An amulet. Of polymorphy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but polymorphy, that is the human practice of turning creatures or humans into other creatures or humans, yes? And this amulet, naturally it would allow its wearer to transform on command into any shape or form they desire. Human. Do you know what this means? If we get this amulet, I could go on adventures with you. We could spend all the time in the world together and not have to worry about such petty things as our differences in species. I can't wait a second longer. Where is it? Human. We must get it. That's quite far. Even by my standards. I can see why you came here, little one. Even with your new adventuring skills, this is something you simply cannot do alone. It is a dangerous road. But we'll do it together. You and me, against whatever troubles come our way. Climb upon my back, little one, and hold on tight. These wings can whip up a hell of a storm.